Today we're addressing the water element in the Chinese medicine system. And this element has so much to do with our deep endurance and our staying power. We're going to embody this today with 1 minute holds. So go ahead and close your eyes and let's find a breath that will support us throughout these holds. Inhale through your nose, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hear your breath and empty out. Trying to stretch out your breath. I like to internally count to 5 on the in-breath, and then externally hearing the breath, but still counting internally to 5. So if each breath is about 10 seconds, then a 1 minute hold is really only 6 breaths. So taking that into account as you practice, go ahead and blink your eyes open and let's come into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, drop your head, spread your fingers and toes, and take a moment here just to open the body. We're going to warm up briefly with Sun Salutations, and we're going to do them for about a minute. So take an inhale, come forward. Lengthen your spine, set your knees down if you need to, and come to Chaturanga, lowering down. Inhale, Cobra, roll your shoulders back, curl up, gaze down your cheeks. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, let's go again. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Good, one more. Inhale, plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Take your right leg up, inhale, and step your right foot forward. Turn your back heel down, and we're coming into Warrior One for a minute. Reach your arms up. We have heel to heel alignment. Drop your tailbone, straighten the elbows, and curl the spine up. Inhaling, lengthen. Exhale to ground. And stay. Soften your gaze. Deepen your breath. Feel the strength in the back leg. And concentrate on being still. Stretch out your breath. Take another inhale. As you exhale, ground your feet, interlace your hands behind you, straighten your front knee, inhale, and fold forward into humble warrior for a minute. Press into your back heel, drop your head, drop your brain, and concentrate on the quality of your breath here. And we're not trying to be perfectly still, but there is this quality of heaviness, of releasing the complexity of the pose. Like once you find your alignment, I want you to let those details go. And stay. And breathe into the pose so you can. That you're not just waiting it out. Press into your right heel. Release your hands to the floor. Start to straighten your front leg. You might scoot your back heel in a bit. You can also use blocks. Parsvottanasana. Lengthen your spine. Square your pelvis. Exhale, stay, or begin to fold forward.
Deep breath in. Deep breath out. The bladder meridian runs up the back of the body. So we're stimulating and stretching this by our forward bend. But again, really concentrating on our staying power. Our ability to stay the course. To do difficult things, challenging things, but without depleting ourselves. And then feel how your breath supports you here. Take your left hand inside your right foot. Take your right hand to your right hip. You can also use a block underneath the hand and then spin your rib cage to the right. You can open your right arm up as well. Ground into your heels and breathe. Find something steady for your eyes to gaze upon. You can look down at your right big toe. You could look forward at the wall. You can turn your gaze up towards your thumb if you like. And stay. Inhale. Broaden between your clavicles. Feed yourself here. And notice the ability to be in this twist. It's balancing and twisting. And that you can stay. You know you can do anything for 6 breaths. Take your hands down, bend your front knee, and let's take a vinyasa for 1 minute. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, inhale. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale to plank, moving for a minute. Just noticing the different quality and the contrast of moving for a minute and being still for a minute. Good. Let's take one more. Slowly curling up. Keep your hands and your feet heavy. And then stretch your left leg to the sky. Inhale. Step your left foot forward. Turn your back heel down. Heel to heel alignment. And for a minute, warrior 1, left side. Steady your eyes. Square the rib cage to the front of the room. From your pelvis, push down into your feet. And stay. Pick up your rib cage. Feel all the little micro adjustments that are happening. But that you have this feeling of stability. You have this feeling of stillness. And you let the mind start to drop into the body. Interlace your hands behind you. Open your chest, humble warrior for a minute. And can you stretch out your breath to where you're just here for six breaths? Soaking in the inhale and rinsing out. So cultivating 5 counts in and 5 counts out. It's okay to lay on the thigh. You can also bring the body inside your thigh and breathe into the shape. Drop your brain, leaning into the stillness. Release your hands. Find your blocks if you need it. Straighten your front knees. You may need to hop that back foot in just a bit. Your left foot is left of center. Inhale, lift your spine. And stay here for a minute. You can fold if you like. You can take your blocks higher if you need to. You can get rid of the blocks. Square the pelvis. And letting the mind rest around the idea of staying power. What does that mean? Instead of needing to be somewhere else, can you strengthen your ability to be right here and to feed yourself exactly what you need in order to be here? Stretching out your breath. 5 counts in. 5 counts out. Lift your chest, right hand inside the left foot, left hand to hip, and rotate. You can also bring your hand to a block. And just noticing what you're gazing on. Our eyes can also use up energy. Spinning the rib cage. Maybe you look down, maybe you look forward, maybe you look up. Keep working the squareness of the pelvis. And noticing where are the little energy leaks in your body. Where is there tension? And can you find a shape that you can just stay and feed? Release your left hand down. Bend your knees, step back, downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa for a minute to finish things up here. Notice the contrast of moving now. But even inside of the movement, you cultivated the stillness that's carrying you. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Downward dog. For our final minute hold, child's pose. 1 minute. Set yourself up where the head is supported. You can use a block or your hands or the floor. Letting the staying power that you've cultivated in those stronger standing poses inform the quality of stillness here. And can you feel yourself being fed? That you notice and acknowledge the strength, the internal strength and endurance that you have. And then as you're ready, rise up to seated. Close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart. May you cultivate space and time to be still,
to attune to your strength inside of the stillness. And know that feeds your deep endurance so you can handle anything that comes your way. Thank you for your practice. Namaste. 1, 2, 3, 4. Air, fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.